Good afternoon. We'll be doing a quick recap of the markets today of Nasdaq and what I took, how we could have traded it a little bit better, even though we executed it pretty nicely, and how it was pretty similar to Friday actually, and yeah, just like what trades I took, what trades we should have looked for. Fairly obvious day. I know you guys will pick up a lot of things that you've learned last week and just before. So let's get started. Here we have the pre-market action. So nothing really too crazy. The move up Friday just consolidated a little bit, kind of went up into the open. So I was thinking today would be pretty bullish. I was wrong, partly. I guess we'll see. So I said off the open in the pre-market plan, I said bounce off. I'd like for a rejection off 730, something like that, which is what happened. Drop down to 700 where it would hold, and then go to 750 where we'd make new highs. So I said this in the recap. I could read exactly what I said in the pre-market prep. I said, NQ looking for a rejection off the open and a dip down to 700 to hold, come back up and break through 728 and 758 price target, final price target. Under 624, this gets uglier. So it held and it broke through 728, which was right here, which was this resistance actually. So all this was called before the market open. And then it went to 755, 756, whatever, which is 3 points away from our final price target from the bounce to 700. So this was called before the market opens itself. So I obviously took this trade. It was too quick to give out, but I assume a bunch of you guys just followed the plan and took it as well. And then at this area right here, I started saying be careful. ES is still under 53.13, and this is causing some negative divergence. So this is something I always talk about. That's the divergence between ES and NQ. So when we look for shorts. When NQ is breaking out and ES is stuck between a key level and starting to look bearish. So ES has been looking not great. I would say it was stuck, right? So NQ was while NQ was moving up in the pre-market and the first 20 minutes or so, ES was stuck and it was leaning more down, right? So it was a lot closer to the downside than NQ. And this is when I said, hey, I'd be careful of this divergence. It does not look good. And then the knives happened after and it absolutely got decimated literally a couple minutes after. And then at 6:59, I took a long right here. So I saw that ES was kind of holding this area all the way right here. I have 52.97 to 52.95. So after it touched 52.95, which was the bottom range that we had that I also gave out in the pre-market levels. If you look, the reason why I gave it out is because it's just this bottom support area, right? So this, I guess I got kind of lucky with this trade because the moment I took it, like I took it a minute before a news came out, which is why you see this insane pop on volume. So I saw NQ struggling here to break lower at a decent support level at 652 that I couldn't catch off the first time. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy. So I bought somewhere here. I bought 682. So I bought right here at this candle. Was in like 5 points drawdown. My stop was 75. So under this range right here. And then this candle came in and saved us, and I exited 720 at this previous resistance right here. Right as it popped, it was at 720, so I pressed the exit button, and it was at 720. So that was a quick 40-point trade, with a 7-point stop, 5-point stop. So the risk to reward there was amazing. Not gonna take all the credit for it, but you know, when you show up every day, you take the same trade. Eventually, you'll get lucky a couple times. I think it would have worked out regardless, but who knows? And then it came down. I was at somewhere here. I was like, hey guys, watch the 652 bounce. It's coming. 652 came, you know, bounced right away. I started to get bullish kind of over here. I thought the market looked good, but it didn't. Right, so I thought we'd break this resistance and go to 53.13. Same thing with here, just because of this higher low right here and how strong this candle was. It's like, okay, we're gonna consolidate here and break through. Didn't happen. Right. I didn't take a trade or anything. I mentioned in the chat to wait for a break over 704 for it to come back up, retest 704, and then this is when we buy again. We don't buy the resistance, we buy the retest of the resistance to make sure that we're not buying a false breakout. So thankfully we waited, and no one. I hope no one took this. Then we took another trade at 755. So somewhere around here, I was eyeing the bounce off 53, and I had this 53 level from a lot earlier. So if we go back to like the 30-minute, for example, you see this 53 level here, 53 level here, here. This 53 level here, 53 level here, here. So you can tell it's a pretty important level. So I was already eyeing this 53 level beforehand, and I said next level down would be 53. So after this came all the way down, tap 53, 573. What am I saying? Right here. I was like, this is, what am I saying? Sorry. So 573. So the reason 573, same thing. The level is pretty important. So 573, support here, resistance here, support here. Yeah, that was basically, it's a pretty recent level. So I said next level down 573. Next level on ES also 5276. So if we go down to 5276, which is right here, you could see how it was support here, resistance here, support this morning. Well, when the drop happened, right? So it was resistance here, then it was support here, basically, and then it was support earlier. So I was already eyeing both of these levels before, like during the drop. Let me hold the chart back. Okay. So I said 573 next level down, came back, missed it. I bought 577 right here, and I got stopped out at the lows. I got stopped out at 570, where I should have bought more. I got stopped out right here, where I should have bought more, and then it ripped up. Unfortunate, lost like 6 points on that, so nothing really too big, knowing we made like 40, 50 in the morning, and then another 40 on this pop. So 6 points, nothing to worry about, but super unfortunate that I got stopped out at the lows, where it ran like ran almost like 80 points or something like that, 70 points. So that was really annoying, but should have, like, in theory, looking back at it, should have added back, but I didn't want to go knife catching. Seeing this action, I didn't want to go knife catching, trying to buy again. I was like, it's all right, I'll just wait. And it didn't give me a re-chance to enter. 803. Yeah, so 803 is when I bought. So I bought right here at this candle, and I got stopped out at this candle right a minute before it started ripping up. Then we started mentioning the curling here, and then at 835, right here, I said it should accelerate down. So right here, I said it should start accelerating down, and we got slammed with this, where it still stops. And the reason why I said it should accelerate down, and I want to say I got kind of lucky on this too, because I don't know what the hell this candle was, but I started seeing the curling action happen, and I was like, okay, under this 610 support, we're probably gonna tank to somewhere around 600, right? So just a basic breakdown under 611. You could kind of see the curling, right? You could kind of see it, it's making lower lows, it's kind of going, then boom, it got slammed, and then I don't know what the hell this was. So this, and then right back down, right back up, right back down, whatever. And then 857, so right here, I said ES wants to go a lot lower, and this was kind of around here, right? So I noticed, I was like, hey, ES is not really playing with the highs anymore, and NQ is not really flirting with 625 anymore. It's kind of like it's gonna retest that low. So that's what happened, right? It came down, barely bounced, so not a bounce as strong as this one, and just absolutely flushed through, major flush through. And that's when here's when I realized the market's weak. When it broke 572 is when I realized the market is really weak. So under 572, just flushed, and then we had this zone from a lot earlier. I didn't have anything here. I had this 514 level from a while ago that I also gave in the pre-market prep, but I had the zone from a while ago. And if we go back to the 4 hour, you'll see this zone originally originated from here, from this candle right here, from this one and this one. I think it was a 1 hour zone though. Let me check. Yeah, so you could see the wicker here, and then you could see some resistance here. So this is where this zone originally came from. I noticed, I was like, hey, some resistance here, some it wicked off this here. So this zone is kind of a this is what we call like a low volume node, right? Because there's no volume traded in this area. It's skipped by both areas. So I figured I'm gonna mark it. I didn't take a trade off here anyways, so that doesn't matter. 947 though. Should mention this. I talked about the 95 breakdown. So right here is when it was kind of holding this range, trying to break up, and I saw that it was kind of weak. So I was like, hey, we all kind of see this kind of level right here. All right. So watch this breakdown. If it breaks this 495, 496, it could go a lot lower. And you know, rejected this candle, which is this previous support or resistance. It broke it, and then it just flushed under, retested the same area, and it flushed under to our other zone. So just a short right here, and then went all the way back up. So you have to be very proactive with your bias. And then at 10:45 on ES, so somewhere around here, I said watch the 76 area, big area on ES. The reason is literally just the support area before. Now it's flipped resistance, right? I always tell you guys about the flips. So this 76 area, which is right here, was a big resistance for about like 20-30 minutes. So every time you shorted it, you literally made money here, you made money here, then you made money on the 68 slam, and then it came back up, you shorted again, you still made money. And here's when it started to be bad, right? It would break above and it wouldn't go down as much, right? You could kind of start seeing the trend is kind of up. Not even looking at this, you could kind of see how it's not going lower anymore, right? This low, higher low again, and it's becoming to accept 78. Like here, it wouldn't even accept 78. Every time it would come near, it would go down. Here it would go down. Now it's accepting it. Now there's candles above. Now it's near it. So now we know there's some acceptance near the 78 level. And then at 11:11, I said short the 77.5 area, right here. So right 1 minute after this candle opened, so somewhere around here, exactly around here, I said short this, and we flushed down right away. And then 11:39 on NQ is when I said we could fly here. So 11:39, right here, and the reason was, this is something I call acceleration, right? You start to see candles creep up, and then boom. You start seeing candles creep up, and then boom. You start seeing candles go down, like creep down, right? And then boom, you get slammed down. Same thing here. Candles creep down, and then boom. You know, candles creep down, boom. Not really here. You kind of want to see it like curling down. So curling, kind of curling up, so you could see here, and then boom, like that, boom. Same thing here, right? You start seeing it, and then you know it just has legs to it. So somewhere at 11:39, so right here, this candle right here, I said NQ could pop here, NQ can fly here, by the way, and then you know that's what happened. So I slept. I took a quick 40-minute nap exactly at this area, exactly at 12 p.m. I just needed to recharge. But looking at this action now, this was extremely bullish. This is the exact same setup on Friday. Exact same setup. And I'll show you guys. I'll compare real quick. So NQ dips down, comes here, makes the higher lows, accepts over 572, rips up, right? ES. So ES is kind of accepting this. ES is kind of accepting this level, goes above it, retests, and then flies. Now we go to Friday. Remember this, all right? ES goes up, hard level, goes up, accepts it, flies up. We go to NQ also on Friday. All right, look at this. Same exact setup. Very similar. NQ goes up, struggles in an area, breaks over the level, holds it, flies up. If we compare it with ES, okay, pay attention, all right? Oh man. Okay, pay attention. We have this 78 level. We're struggling to kind of break above it, but we're gearing towards it. We're gearing towards it. We're rejecting it for now. We break above it. We hold. We fly up. Okay, let's look at Friday. We have this 35 level. They even look like the exact same candles, man. It's approaching this 35 level, breaks up, holds above it, the same hammer candle that we saw here, except that one closed above, but same, they both closed above. Closes above 35, then boom, flies up. Closes above 78, momentum catches, flies up. Same exact setup, textbook. If I was awake for this, I mean, this was definitely looking bullish. Higher lows here, holds the previous support. So what was resistance here is now magically support. So buyers showed up, which was support here, which was kind of support here. Resistance here, flipped back to support, holds the level, time to fly up. Same thing on ES, right? It's struggling to go over 78, breaks over 78, holds 78, which is the same support from earlier, flies up. Same, it's exact same story, just a different day. Once you start seeing these exact same setups every single day, 5 times a week, 20 times a month for the next 4 years, you're gonna memorize the setup. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, it breaks over the support, holds the support, it's time to go. Especially coming from a dip like that. And then if it doesn't work, you just put a stop somewhere around here. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, you make 5 times, 6 times the risk, right? So your reward here is almost 100 points till the close. Your risk is probably like 20 points, if even 25 points, let's say. You know what? Let's say 30 points. Your risk is still, your reward is still 3 to 4 times bigger than your risk. So you catch it once, covers for 3 to 4 of your losers of the same setup. But yeah, that was the market recap. Here was the time. This was all in Pacific time, by the way. So if you wanted to like go back and like back test or see it on your own, by all means. Yeah, there's not really much else to talk about. Yeah, just this support flip right here to resistance. This level reclaiming and then going higher. The 700 bounce off the open. The 704 reject that I did not take. And the ES shorts at 78. And then once it broke above, you just take a long. I napped, but if I was awake, this would have. It was the exact same setup on Friday, so I would have had no doubts. Yeah, that should cover everything, I think. Great trading day. Lots of us had really amazing taste today. I'm really proud of the progress we've seen over the past week. That should be it from me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have some member meetings with some of you guys later and tomorrow as well. We'll be live trading tomorrow. And that's it from me. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good afternoon, everybody.